Hello everyone, this is Shrike playing the free demo for PAG, also known as Post-Apocalypse Guns, which, as the name implies, is full of guns in the post-apocalypse. It is an action roguelike game, and it is still in active development, as it says on screen. In fact, they are going to have, as the time of this video releasing on May 21st, they will have a Kickstarter available for you to support the game if you want to, for their last few months of development. So I'll put a link to the demo, which is completely free, as well as the Kickstarter in the description. I'm going to turn this down just a smidge more, just a bit more, so I'm not talking over it. And this game is pretty interesting, at least from what I've seen, the little bits I've seen. And at least from a demo's perspective, even though it is still a work in progress, it seems like it would be pretty damn good. So we're going to take a look at it and see how it goes. Choose starting gun and ultimate skill, then proceed to the expedition. Okay, so our starting guns, there's lots of different ones with different stats, damage, ammo, ammo clip size, which clip is mistypoed, rate of fire, maneuverability. Doesn't look like there are tooltips to show me what those stats actually do, but you know, they're relatively self-explanatory. I don't know what maneuverability would necessarily mean. Maybe it's how fast I switch the guns. I don't know. Let's see. So we got the deal maker. We got the CKCA or KKCA. So very fast, but less damage versus this, which is just a little more well-rounded. This fires very slowly, but does high damage. It looks like a shotgun of some kind. And these ones are locked currently. There are understandably a lot of them. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's at least 60 in the demo. I've got no quick way to get back to the start, so... Well, let's take the highest rate of fire possible. Because that way, if we get anything that can scale our damage, it'll go really well with high rate of fire. That's my at least initial thought. And I expect early game to be able to kill things relatively easy anyways. Grenade. Throw a grenade with a high damage explosion. Cooldown 9 seconds. So it's not a pure consumable. They do have cooldowns. Pull down an airstrike. Charge forward with invincibility shield. Okay. And then these are locked. Okay, there's probably a whole bunch of those. All right, I'm going to take the airstrike. That way we've got high rate of fire, low damage, and then every so often have big burst damage with the airstrike. That is at least the idea I'm going in with this initially. So Ascension level 1 looks like, for most roguelikes, as you win, you'll unlock harder and harder difficulties with more modifiers. So it sounds cool. Spec Ops HQ and Elite Bounties are not available in the demo, but I am slightly intrigued. It looks like this might be a tutorial map because there's only one path, but we'll give it a go. Zone progress. Select next expedition to counter. Encounters will grant different rewards and will vary in difficulty. So I'm picking what reward I want for the next stage. So shield plate, something valuable is here. I can't actually see any information about what I'm picking here, so that one's fine then, I guess. They look identical as far as I can tell. Bounty is a shield plate from both of them. I don't know if that's just random chance that I gave the same option for both or what, but press left mouse button to shoot. You move by shooting. That is right. So there's a, as you can see by the nice video actually, is that your recoil, the recoil of your weapons is how you move around. I don't move by by walking with WASD or anything. Press the right mouse button to use the ultimate skill. When the ultimate is ready, I can... Okay, so like 2-button controls. Okay, I ran into those enemies, and they did a little bit of damage. You got plus armor. You can dash by clicking the right mouse button. Dashing recharges the time. Oh, well, that was actually my ultimate. Wow, it's having pop-ups very often. Let me play the game and get some breathers going, you know? Let me mess with it a little bit before you start throwing all this stuff at me. Ultimate or dash. I was going to say, because they're on the same button. Dash and ultimate on the same button. When the ultimate is ready to use, you cannot use dash. So use ultimate often. Oh, you know what? That's kind of a cute way. I'm just gonna... That is a cute way to ensure that people actually use their ultimates, you know? And I should probably use our dash. Oh, can I go off the screen? Is that what? I don't know. There must have been a timer I didn't see because there was just a lot going on. Number on the right shows how many attachments of this type you currently own. Attachments belong to different types. Create your build by mixing and stacking attachments by type. Collecting these operator attributes will enhance this attachment. You know what? I'm sure we'll figure it out. Auto turret cover fire. So the family's bullet. These are skills. Activations on cooldown. This is always... Oh, so these are passives. Okay. So on cooldown, automated turret. Bullet damage. Skill cooldown. Doesn't look like there's anything special yet. I can re-roll by the looks of it. I don't know what this currency is. It says re-roll 4. So maybe I just get 4 re-rolls per run. Maybe. Orbiting saw blade. So it'll just spin around us, I suppose. Orbiting cleaver also probably does the same. Let's take the... Actually, having something spin around me was not a bad idea. Let's take the saw blade, sure. I think once you get better at the game, you'll want to take more actives rather than the passives. Perhaps, depends. Okay, so reroll tokens. Okay, so that's how I can get more of them. Interesting. Random artifact. I don't think that's how you spell artifact. I'm pretty sure you spell with an I. But all right. Random artifact. Darkness, mysterious dark cloud. So there's like a modifier there. You know what? All right. Try it out. Oh, it is very dark. Use your new gun. Reload speed 20%, health regen for seconds. We actually took some damage, so... But I'd have to change to the tornado. All stats. Oh, okay, well... Let's stick with our current gun. Oh, it seems like you bounce off the edge of the map. Anyways, I got my ultimate. I may as well use it, I suppose. Our reload time is quite long, is what I'm understanding here. Oh, God. So here's the thing. I think your dash should almost certainly go away from where you're shooting. The ultimate's ready, but I've got, like, no health either. Could I just hide in the corner? Not really. Okay. Oh, actually, I've got 10 HP. Chalice. Restore 2 dash recharges on enemy kill. Okay. I mean, that sounds cool. Also, the game is still quite loud after turning it down so much. Dog tags. Restore 20 ammo after dash. Restore 10 health on every reload. Grants 10% skill damage for receiving damage. Let's take the heal on reload. Extra barrel. I mean... On last bullet, that would be better if we had smaller clip size. Fire Nova. And cooldown explodes around you. Additional gun projectiles is probably really good when we're shooting that much. That's my thought. We got 10 HP. We really need to heal. Healing stones. Oh, well, that would be pretty good. Blob people. Pack of feral blob people. Random attachment. Let's go for the healing, just so our run doesn't immediately die. Ultimate cooldown 30%. Okay. Charge forward invincibility. Yeah, all right. So it's forcing me to change my build, which is curious. Oh, crap. I'm dead. Yeah. I dashed right into them. However, we'll get some metagame progression. Weapon unlocked. Yeah, our stats are obviously quite bad. It is weird to not be able to control other than recoil. I think it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. So this is a new. This has a huge clip size, rate of fire, and damage, but lower maneuverability. Oh, because we are using it for recoil. That's what it must be for. Here you obtain permanent upgrades. Reset your upgrades for full refund at any time. Oh, that's kind of nice. Med pack. Pick up that restores HP, heals 50 HP per rank. health is just increasing your gun health. Bullet damage. And it shows the price down here. Increase the skill damage. XP gain, I mean, that just is almost always the correct choice. And I assume this is just unlocking this. I'm going to unlock this. And I'm going to upgrade this. And I may as well grab this. Sure, why not? All right, let's see what low maneuverability our gun does. Select a boost. Get a... operator attributes. I know what these are, obviously, but what does this do? Range pickup, dash recharge, and critical damage. Reroll tokens or a shield plate. Well, let's get reroll tokens so that we can at least oh yeah, I moved very little. Can I actually adjust the audio here? There we go. Let's turn the sound. Oh, so much for that. Run. I didn't mean to leave the main menu. I want to just continue. Let's get an artifact to start with this time. I mean, 50 shield on encounter start. Okay, sure. Experience stones, random attribute. Let's get experience. Look at this. Look how much ammo we have. Oh, I see. So these, yeah. So anyways, I was trying to say this at some point, but because your dash goes toward your mouse, but you move away from your mouse, you have to then switch sides in order to actually dash efficiently. You know? Is there any reason why you wouldn't just invert the dash? It would just be so much more natural. So we got 4 rerolls, ordering ball, auto turret burst, auto turret defender. Well, let's take the burst and see what we get. An artifact, sure, sounds good. It's gonna be dark, but choose new gun. XP gain 20%. Huh? Oh, yeah, and I don't necessarily like that. My ultimate is on the same button as dash either. 50 shield on start is definitely kind. It's going to be really hard to control things in general, is my fear. Oh, those guys just blow up, huh? Like how? And there's so much screen shake. Oh, there's a healing item that I didn't get to pick up. Yeah, the amount of screen shake is a little bit much. There's game feel, and then there's a little bit much. Gain 1 shield on enemy kill. See, I can't even like hover over any of this to see detailed information, which is very important in pretty much any roguelike, is to have tooltips. Skill cooldown reduction by 150% for 2 seconds after clip emptied. Grants 10% skill damage for 1.5 seconds after receiving damage. I mean, we'll just grab this shield on kill. Auto turret sniper. I can just get lots of these. One was dead though already. This is so hard to control. Old mortar. Mortar battery targets this area. Let's get the healing stones because we kind of need that. Dash recharge 6 seconds. Oh, the reload is intense on this. We do have 2 little turrets that are around us the whole time. I don't really have any reason to ram right now. Okay, that works, I guess. Things are definitely less chaotic when you're not shooting as often. You have a little more control. A little bit. Oh, that just dashed me into the middle of everything. Picked up the healing, not that I really needed it, but I imagine once you start unlocking lots and lots of stuff. Also, it's weird that when the round ends, you're still on the screen, enemies are still on the screen, etc. Operator attributes. Increase the power of your guns, your attachments, and your general combat performance. Dash, defense, critical chance. I mean, good chance. Bullet damage, XP gain, XP gain. Crit chance. Skill range, dash. I mean, being able to dash more often would be nice, but it's like bullet damage. I don't know how much 5 actually is, relatively speaking. Like, all we've seen are bars for how much damage and like the stats of our gun is. So I don't actually have numbers to put behind that. Random attachment, wasteland coins. I don't know what that is, so let's find out. Mayhem Street. It's also weird that I have to change guns. Might be able to skip actually, but I'm just gonna dash through that while I'm invincible. Okay, I do have damage numbers pop up actually above things I hit. But that didn't work at all. Reload, please. Well, there goes all my shields, but those wasteland crates. Those crates seem to have the coins in them, perhaps. Dash over here. I can see how having more shorter cooldown on dashes would be nice. I don't know why I'm drifting down there, but so if you're at the edge of the area, you'll want to be shooting inward at the enemies, but then you can't actually move very efficiently. So there's a lot of trade-offs there. Fire sword. Flashes in front. Cooldown 2. So these things cost... Ah, those are the coins I just picked up. I see. 200 shield. I mean, the shields we get right now get replenished at the start of every round. So we get 50. This, I think, is just a one-time thing. But I could be wrong. There's a heal. Token rerolls. I can use rerolls here as well. Restore 20 ammo after dash. Depends what weapon we have, if that's actually good for us, you know? I think I just want bullet damage, to be honest. And I'll take the fire sword. Why not? Conjured Revenge Axe. 20% chance to do a spin attack. Throws bouncy tomahawk, orbits the gun. Every X gunshots. This one's on player damaged. Well, every X gunshots can be really good. I don't know how many is X, but you know. Okay, we got the boss. So I should do the faster firing range one. And I guess we're taking airstrike. I can't see, but alright, sure. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of maneuvering, not just attacking. See, there's like a max number of, like the timer maxed out, I should say. Please let me dash. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna save our dash if I can. Oh god. I am very close to dead. Oh, there's a bunch of little guys here. Okay, we are just dead. That is so hard to like pay attention to everything. Those little guys, they did not stand out well enough for me to notice while I was trying to see all the bullets and where the boss was and trying to get out of the area, etc. Meta upgrade unlock bullet time. Pick up that slows time and reloads the gun. These are coil bullet. Conjure trench shovel bullet. Sniper bullet. Saw blade ultimate. Alright, well, we'll try again. Saw blade. Throw a giant bouncy saw blade. So this one does have higher mobility, but I feel like the trade-offs here are like this mayhem just seems substantially better. Well, will we actually get past zone 1? Do a gun attachment. Fire Nova explodes around you. Activation cooldown. Random attribute, sure. I do have to win the zone to actually be able to make use of it. Oh, that saw blade is way faster and smaller than I was expecting. That would be like a lot bigger. I'm on cooldown and I was reloading forever, so. I don't think there's a way to early reload either. Where am I going? Why am I just drifting down here? I don't know. I would say the controls could use some work, personally. Laser coil bullet. Misspelled bullet, but you know. On first bullet, activation. Shoot the laser beam. Breaker, hit stuff below. Always active. I mean, that sounds more interesting to me. Random artifact or more rerolls. When everything is new, new rerolls don't matter that much. XP gain. It is weird that I actually have to pick up on poison and taking so much damage from the poison. It's kind of absurd, actually. We're gonna just... I was gonna say hide in the corner, but it takes so long to reload this gun. So long. I can't dash right now. I'm kind of stuck. There are a lot of XP little giblets. I am hurt. Gain 1 shield on every enemy kill. Okay. Restore 10 health on every reload. Gain plus 2% skill range on enemy kill. Gain 10% bullet damage for 1.5 seconds after. We need the healing of this, right? Because, like, I don't know. There's so little, so hard to maneuver in a way. And a bullet hell usually have very precise control. And this game does the complete opposite. Complete opposite. Hover fire, sure. You know what? Definitely feels like it's hard to get a build going, necessarily. Honestly, the ram to become invincible is helpful. This feels like a game jam concept. I don't know how well it holds up in long term. Or maybe it's actually like really, really awesome if you can get the game feel right, you know? Right now, I'm like, what am I supposed to do when my dash is on cooldown? And my gun's reloaded for reloading. There isn't a whole lot I can do, and I'm just drifting downward for some reason. I'm not sure why it defaults to drifting downwards. I would expect me to come to a stop if I'm not shooting or doing anything, but yeah, there's 6 attribute increases. You know, let's do rate of fire as much as possible. Let's see what happens. Reload speed, actually, I really want that. Clip size, health, clip size, XP gain, because that gives more of these in theory, if I can actually stay alive long enough. Recharge rate. We're not doing big damage, but we will shoot very fast. This is higher danger, but oh. Now, on the plus side, if we do kill things, we will get a little bit of shields. Oh, crap. That's not good. That's not good. I'm stuck in the corner. Baby. Does that just blow up and kill everything around it? Maybe. Well, we lived barely. I'm getting 1 shield each time I kill these things, so that's probably the only reason we're still alive. I want to get over to this heal. Didn't happen in time. Gain 30 experience on ultimate skill activation. I mean, sure. I don't know how much 30 is really. Restore 30 health in the counter start. Oh, I'm 5 short of getting it. 100 trench shovel bullet. On first bullet, throws a spinning shovel. I don't know how good that is. I'm gonna heal. I'm just gonna heal. And that's all I can afford, so I could re-roll and maybe get something cheap. Armadillo, oh, that would have been nice too, but it doesn't look like anything's gonna be cheaper than 100, so I think there was something 50 originally though, so maybe I could have got lucky if I rerolled enough, but wouldn't really be that important. Stab stuff in front. Oh, I can get the tread shovel bolt here without paying. So that's a skill, so I'd want plus skill stuff for that. Those. I can keep that in mind, I guess. Eternal Glory. Felt like the Illuminati health regen. Alright, I mean, sure. Saw Blade Ultimate. It's kind of weird that you swap out my entire weapon right for the final boss. Like, why? Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Luckily, we do have some HP regen, but I'm just stuck between them and the wall. Okay. Well, I think this game definitely needs some playtesting. Like, yeah, cool, I'm unlocking stuff, but I don't really feel like I'm learning a whole lot here. Rate of fire is very tiny. Ammo clip size is very tiny. Damage is very big. Sure. Oh, wait, I can upgrade myself. This is the progression that really makes things easier, I suppose. Regeneration. Also misspelled. Alright, it's 1 HP per level. Any would be nice. Dodge. Increased gun dodge chance. Crit damage, crit chance, skill damage. Bullet time. This is just something that we could pick up potentially. I mean, XP gain is always going to be good. So you just dump a bunch into health. It's very expensive, but we will have a lot of HP. In theory. Attachment warehouse. This is just showing me all the things I've unlocked. Yeah. Okay. Let's go again, I guess. Jeez. I didn't expect to lose this much. Experience stones or random attributes. Let's get random attributes. So we're going to be reloading a lot here. So well, I would say I'd build towards something that like attachments or whatever that benefit either on like first or last bullet or on reload. But it's just going to swap my gun out anyways. Like, I'm not going to get to keep my gun unless there's a skip option that I missed. Which is entirely possible, I suppose. And I would expect there to be. I just didn't notice it. Skill damage. I'd want some skills here. Orbiting Star. It's a Shuriken. Sure. I can actually reroll. Let's reroll. Laser coil bullet. On first bullet. You see something like that would be really good with our shotgun. That has a very small clip size. Random attachment. Wasteland coins. The Wasteland upgrades seem really good, so... Can I not skip? I have to pick a new gun. Well, let's get the other shotgun, I guess. Wow, that did like no damage. But I mean, right. I need to get over there, but I don't want to be shooting behind me because the enemies are in front of me. I don't know. Oh, that's just slow-mo, I see. Saw blades. Should go for the health before the timer runs out. I didn't get it. That's kind of obnoxious. Sure, 1 HP on critical hit. 20 ammo on ultimate skill. Armadillo just was really good previously. Spread shot bullet. On last bullet, shoots piercing spread shot. Every X pickups. On first bullet, I could have a sniper round. Or I could have a spread shot. I mean, let's get the spread shot. Healing stones or random attachment. But this has like toxic pools. Normally, I'd easily always pick the most dangerous one. But in this game, I don't know yet if I do that. You're giving me machine guns. I want... There we go, shoddy. Take the ram too. Yeah, how do I drift to the bottom? I don't understand. Why is that the case? Well, we're definitely getting some synergies now. But I'm gonna run out of rerolls is the problem. That is the real problem. I don't have rerolls. I'm not gonna guarantee that I get the shotgun. And we're gonna have these effects way less often if I have like a machine gun, for instance. Well, we should leave here with almost full HP. I'm gonna save my RAM for next time. I assume my charge will carry over. Envelopes. Now, it doesn't auto-collect the XP. I actually have to go around and collect it, which is interesting. Ultimate damage. Skill cooldown. You know, we do have one skill, but it's not on a cooldown, so it doesn't actually matter. I guess I'll do XP gain. Clip size actually hurts us in this case. Pickup range, I mean, that's all right. Skill damage would be, yeah, all right. Health regen is probably not going to matter anymore. Let's be honest. Bullet damage is good for everything. The ultimate doesn't seem that important. Stones or random artifacts. See, I know reload, so now I'm forced to do this. I know this one has a gigantic clip, but we can try it, I suppose. We do get a burst on last bullet too, so last and first bullet. It just means when we are reloading, it's gonna kind of brutal. I don't know where the boss is. Oh, I just... Oh, sorry, it's not actually boss. The bar along the top is actually your XP. Oh, I wanted to dash the other direction. A wee bit too late now. You know what? This works reasonably well with even... Oh, the XP's right there. Even with the high fire rate gun. Extra barrel up front. Challenge. Restore 2 dash recharges on enemy kill. That seems like incredibly good. Good chance. I don't need to heal. Dash recharge. We can just have a lot more dashes. That just seems really, really good in general. And last bullet, another one. Explosive bullet. The burst spear. Every X gunshots. Breaker attachment. Hit stuff below. Let's take the explosive bullet. Stick to our guns, if you would. All right. Shoddy. Shorty. I'm just going over here. We will save our dashes if we can. Okay, I didn't manage to actually dodge that. I have to do it much later. Thing is, the zone area goes up. Oh, crap. I can't dash. I should have just tried to shoot. Here's the problem. I don't have enough healing. I'm going to just die. Wait. No. There was a health pack, but... Also, I died there, but I clearly looked like I healed after being dead. Can I not beat the first boss? This is one of these games, Dash Katanas. Dash Gatling. This might be one of those games where you just have to lose a lot until you get the metagame progression. It might just be how it goes. Having more HP was good, I will say. I don't know how good defense is. This is gun defense max at 20%. Or I could get, you know, straight up dodge and just not take any damage, I assume. But also more XP means you get more rewards like this stuff anyways. Go get some dodge. And I don't know what I'm upgrading here. Oh, it just heals more HP. I don't get to pick them up that much, so we'll take a little bit of defense too. Sure, why not? I need to be level 13 for that. Level 12 for that. I'm only level 9. You probably get a ton of XP if you beat the first boss. Probably. Got attachment. Orbiting ball. That's not great. That is not great. I don't know if the shield plate will... Well... I wanted to dash, and I did my ultimate instead. It makes it pretty hard to, like, use your ultimate at an appropriate time. Right. I guess if you did, like, a melee build forward dash would be good, but... You're trying to keep your distance. Not so much. So we'll see if I get shields next time around. Probably not. I haven't noticed these, if they're actually useful or not, those turrets. It's hard to tell how effective they actually are. Random artifact, it's only like mid difficulty. I don't know why there's a random tank here, to be honest, but it does take damage and explode, which you could probably use to your advantage. More than I am, at least. You get them all around it. And did okay damage. You mostly need to breed more for XP, maybe. Oh, the XP's right there. I can see it. Hidden pocket. Restore 20 on ultimate activation. Sure. Rabbit tail. Gain +1 dodge chance on critical hits. Does that stack? I don't know. I assume so. +1 bullet damage on enemy kill. Dynamo. Gain +1 skill damage on enemy kill. Well, we do have some just passive dodge. More is okay. Katanas on dash. Katanas from the sides. Sure, you know what? Let's try it out. Healing or old mortar, which is probably gonna destroy us. Airstrike. Well, the airstrike has a longer cooldown, but let's try the dash. That's it? That's it? They just gotta stick out to the side? Well, okay, I mean... Sure is a thing. My airstrike is ready. I don't know what this is like to actually view in the video. Just kind of chaotic. That felt better. We have 400 max HP now, so I think all those upgrades are pretty good. It's kind of crazy that I can just passively get these in the metagame progression and just be starting so far ahead of our initial. I mean, this is a skill, but it's not on cooldown. This is... Oh, it does say both of them, but... This is always active and this is on cooldown, so I feel like that's just a trap. I don't know. Oh wait, no, this is on cooldown. It is on cooldown. I'm gonna take the defense anyways. Like a coward. Flip sides. I'm done with taking XP. Crit damage. Ultimate cooldown. No, we want more dashes. Bullet damage. Reload speed. Bullet damage. Alright, sure. Shield plate. It's slightly easier. Oh my gosh. There's that do be a lot of enemies. I think most of them just died to that explosion. I'm gonna focus more on mobility here than necessarily just always shooting. We got the slowdown thing. I must say the slow-mo just feels like the game's lagging. It doesn't actually feel like slow-mo. I think that is... Like, I legit just looked at my FPS counter when I get the slowdown. So I'm like, is the game lagging? No, it's still 60 FPS. It's just got the slowdown upgrade. I didn't actually dash where I wanted to dash. There's so much XP over there. I didn't get it. Feels like such a waste. Skill damage, ultimate damage, heal. I'm gonna re-roll, I think, actually. I'm five tokens short again. This is a shame. Yeah, I'll just take that, whatever. 1 HP a second is not gonna matter whatsoever, but first bullet on last bullet. It has more synergies because it's based on bullet damage and reload speed, etc. So sure. Alright, this boss again. Oh god. Well, we need better mobility here, so we'll take those. I'm going over here. Okay, we managed to dodge. We're just gonna focus on staying alive. Well, I say that as I immediately take damage. I got a dash. He dashes toward us. Okay, I think I managed to do it. We stay alive. We will slowly regen HP. Problem is, I just used my ultimate. Dash over here. See, I feel like I'm not meant to be doing this slow, calculated play style. I can't dash out of here. I'm just stuck. Oh my gosh. All right, there is a health pickup over there. Oh, I didn't. I dashed in the way I was facing. Right. Well, please, I need this health pickup. There we go. It doesn't heal me very much because I didn't actually upgrade the metagame progression of it. Oh, I barely dodged that. I'm still taking a lot of damage though. Got our ultimate, which allows me to dodge and be invincible. There we go. Oh crap. Oh crap. He's just running into me. Let me just go over here for a second, okay? There's a health pickup down there, but can't really get to it. Please, no. Wait, I killed it. Oh my gosh, just barely. We finally did it. It was horrifying. Didn't even get that much XP for it. We want more dashes, please. Thank you. More dashes. Reload speed. All right, I could really use a store to heal. Zone 2, Cyborg Citadel. Don't know if they spelled Citadel like that on purpose or if it's another spelling mistake. I'll take the heal, thanks. Plus 2% skill range. Armadillo. I'm gonna take the armadillo. Wow, it didn't even full heal me. Yeah, right. So there's different enemies here at the very least. There isn't enough feedback when I'm actually getting hit. I think is my concern, actually. I dodged that. That's not the highest chances, but not the lowest either. Give me the XP. Why am I drifting down, man? Why? Why is there a default drift down? This, I don't know. Oh, man. Like they're pretending gravity exists here. I wasn't sure if I had died or actually won there, but we actually expedition successful. Oh, 12 is the max level in the demo. So there's a lot more items that we cannot actually get. Equipment unlocked, back bumper, cycle grenade launcher, beetle. So we can't go any farther than that in the demo. Okay. So actually a pretty short demo. Obviously, there's a bunch more stuff we unlocked we can mess with, but in terms of feedback, boy, it's I can't tell. I thought this was gonna be like a super empowering game where you're just killing everything on screen and with relative ease, and you'd have like disgusting builds and stuff. That's what the like trailer kind of implied. I think the real gameplay of it is you feel pretty weak until you get a bunch of metagame progression upgrades. And the metagame progression upgrades, when they're just straight up, you just get more stats on everything. Just feels like it invalidates all of the early runs you do. It's just, oh, I don't actually have to get better at the game. I just have to play more so that I get more stat boosts to start with, have more HP, regen, defense, damage, crit chance, everything you could ever want. You can just upgrade yourself and you just get it by default at the start of every other run, which is, I don't know, it just seems like it. The best roguelikes are ones that feel fair and good when you even don't have anything unlocked, right? And then unlocking stuff makes things more interesting, gives you more options, and opens up a whole new archetypes of play styles and stuff. Not just, all right, from now on, I start with another 200 max HP, or I take 30% less damage, or I have a 20% chance or 15% chance to just dodge every bullet for every enemy. Like, I don't know, man. I can unlock these. Pick up that creates radial bolts explosions. Pick up that grants you frenzy mode, immune to damage and unlimited ammo, longer duration per rank. That sounds like it's really freaking good. Also, like, I can just get more XP per level. And then I'll get more bonuses in my run, and my run will just be more powerful. I didn't earn this. I didn't have to actually do anything special to earn these credits just by playing and failing a couple times, and then eventually stumbling through and winning against the boss. So the amount of screen shake is a little much, and the settings are basically non-existent for anyone that wants to like adjust that stuff. In fact, I can't even make it not full screen or make it more than 60 FPS. I've got a 1440p 160 hertz screen, and I can't unlock the FPS, or I can't decide to play in windowed mode. Weird. I don't know how much the stat changes matter that much, so I don't have any way to see the numbers unless I try it and then shoot some things and then record the numbers. This is something that if this became very popular, people would just go on the wiki and see what the best weapons are. Of course, they all have different spreads and types of bullets and reload times and that kind of stuff, but it's not really shown here. It's not communicated to me. The lack of tooltips in general, there just aren't any, is I think a fundamental flaw. And again, every good roguelike has tooltips everywhere in the game that you could ever see a key term or whatever. You can hover over it and see what it is in detail. And then if you don't hover over it and you don't get any details, it doesn't matter. You just continue on. It doesn't get in the way, etc. It is kind of an arena shooter. I think the arena is almost too small. You just blast into the sides of it way too much. And then in order to move away from the wall, I have to shoot into nothingness, wasting those shots. Or I have to dash, and the dash is on a very long cooldown by default. Is there an upgrade to make dashes shorter? No, but if there was, that would be overpowered, so I suppose that's probably why. I don't know. There should at the very least be an option to switch the directions of dash. You know? Just for, I don't know, people like me. Maybe I'm just backwards. Maybe other people are like, yeah, I dash toward the thing, even though I'm shooting in that direction. Why would I ever want to dash toward my bullets? Unless I'm doing a melee build. But even then, I don't know. You have to swap your entire locomotive function just between shooting and dashing, which also means moving your mouse a lot. Which I also don't think would be very good if you ever have controller support for this. Although you're doing a very minimal control scheme with just the mouse. So it probably isn't going to be designed for controller ever. But if you did, then you're going to run into that problem big time. The music's fine. Sound effects, I mean, what's there is fine. I don't think there was enough feedback when I took damage. Like, there could be little guys right underneath me, hitting me, and between all the screen shaking me shooting and other effects going on. My HP bar is in the top left corner, a little tiny box, and I'm not gonna notice it going down most of the time. In fact, I don't even want to be looking up into the top left corner of my screen. Maybe you have a little tiny laptop screen, that's not a problem. But if I'm on a gigantic monitor, which I typically am, and I can't play in a smaller window, I really just don't want to be looking up there all that much. So I would say this is rough, but it is still a work in progress. And there is definitely some good ideas here. It is not a wholly original concept, but I can definitely see how people would have a lot of fun with this. Oh yeah, I guess as a slight tangent to the upgrades, these aren't that exciting upgrades. Like, the items can be kind of cool potentially, but this, for example, pickup that creates a radial bullet explosion. So when I pick it up, it creates an explosion of bullets around me. How do I scale that? How do I make a build that can make this like combo with something else? Can I make all of those bullets turn to explosions? No, not really, as far as I know. Is there any way for me to like, will this damage scale with other damage increases? I don't know. I would assume so, but that's also like not an exciting synergy, right? I want to see chains of events happening. I've got this thing and this thing, which allows a third wholly new effect to occur. That's what we really get excited about in roguelikes. Not, all right, we get more bullets around me. That's helpful, but it's not exciting. It's not something I look at and go, oh yeah, I get so many cool ideas behind it. And then I think having stuff like XP gain is just always almost a trap, because if you're a really good player, or in this case have a lot of metagame progression already, then XP gain is always going to be very, very good, because you're not going to die, and then you're going to get a lot more XP, and it'll snowball. And if you don't have the XP gain upgrades, you're just setting yourself at a disadvantage, mostly. Generally speaking, that's how it works. Whenever there's XP gain, you take it, and take it as early as possible. Obviously, there's a lot of spelling mistakes and grammar, but that's very, very common for these early demos. And I didn't mean to talk for this long, but I guess I have a lot to say about this game, which is at least a good sign that it's interesting enough to talk about. But just, you already have like all the core concepts, but then don't do anything with it. So you got all the weapon mods, got your artifacts, and they're all just boring, low percentage increases for the most part. And then you just don't really feel the effects of it. And then, of course, you build toward having something that's really good for shotguns, and then it says, hey, right before the boss, you gotta change your gun and your ultimate. And I'm like, oh, you just ruined my entire build. Okay, cool, I guess. Why? Why? I'm supposed to be building towards something. Give me the option to change guns if I feel my build's not working out. I'll have them for sale in the shops. Right? Also in the map, I was expecting to have multiple routes to pick from, so I could say, well, if I go this way, I get to get this, and if I go this way, I get maybe there'll be a harder fight. I mean, they did that. They didn't do it on the map. The map may as well have not have been there. It was just every fork in the road I had two choices. One was a harder one with some modifier in the battlefield, and then the other one was an easier one with a lesser reward. Every single time. There's two options. The map may as well have not existed whatsoever. There's no like future planning of if I go down this path on the right, or path number 3, then eventually it'll go to a harder fight so I get more money, and then it'll go to a shop where I can spend that money, and then it'll go to a couple of events. Oh, I wonder what those will be. Versus if I went to route path number 2, oh well, then it's gonna be a couple easy fights to begin with, but then there's a treasure chest. I wonder what rewards are gonna be there. And then you actually get to pick and decide long term which path you're going, not just every step of the map. Have two choices. Like, then there is no long term planning. You're just picking, all right, is my build very good right now? All right, I can probably do the harder fight. No? Oh, I need the healing, so I'll go to the healing one. It's just, it's lacking, you know? Not to say they couldn't get there. They absolutely could. Like I said, all the fundamentals are here. They're just missing a lot of what makes the best ones the best, in my opinion. So, if you enjoyed this and my long rambling feedback at the end, leave a like and subscribe if you're not already. I play games like this every single day. One video every single day. For well over a year at this point. So I will also have a link again to the free demo in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. And I'll also have a link to their Kickstarter if you want to back this and give them money so that they can make this better and more awesome. All right, with that, I'll see you guys next time.